Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
We all have wishes at Christmas. Maybe it's a car, repairs to your home, new appliances, or travel. Get yourself that perfect gift with a GUT Credit Union Christmas Make-A-Wish loan. You can get the money you need to make that holiday wish come true. Apply for a loan and you'll be entered to win one of 5 shopping sprees at Foodland Supermarket. Plus, great prizes from Sol AC Limited, Dean Mattresses, Digicel Grenada Limited, and Beacon Insurance. Call 440-1354. Email loans@gutcu.com or visit go.gutcu.com/Christmas. Apply now and make your wish the perfect gift this Christmas. Special conditions apply.
This is Network News for Tuesday, January 10, 2023. In the headlines, the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court implements a judicial settlement pilot project as the new law year opens. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell addresses issues as GBN's first Beyond the Headlines guest for 2023. Family member of Rudolph Phillip says his disappearance remains a mystery. In Around the Globe regionally, Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister tells citizens to stop protecting criminals. Internationally, classified files found at Biden's former private office. Plus, in the sports news, inter-secondary school basketball competition to get underway on Wednesday. Good evening, I'm Kenroy, Baptiste at Television Center at the Grenada Broadcasting Network. We'll bring you the details after this.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining us. The new law year 2023 was officially opened today. Lawyers across OECS member states came together for a special sitting of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court. Rena Ped Thomas tells us more.
Lawyers and judges in Grenada joined with the legal fraternity served by the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court on Tuesday to officially open the 2023 law year. The official opening kicked off with a church service at the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception in St. George. It was followed by the inspection of the guard and the procession to the High Court. The special setting in Anguilla is the first to in a physical space since the outbreak of COVID-19 2 years ago throughout the 9 member states and territories. In her feature address, Chief Justice Janice M. Pereira encourages lawyers in the territories to persevere regardless of the challenges faced.
It hardly bears repeating that the court has not been spared the times. I, however, firmly believe that out of the depths of adversity, there are always positive and enduring lessons to be learned. It is our collective courage to persevere, regardless of whether the seas are calm or rough, which has been instrumental to the court's achievements in various areas of operation. And over the last year, we have indeed made further progress along the way, with a steady focus towards an improved and resilient justice system across the length and breadth of the OECS.
Justice Pereira announced the new members to serve in the Court of Appeal, one of whom is Justice Price Finley, who formerly served as a High Court judge in Grenada.
Before I go further, permit me to recognize the recent appointees to the bench of the Court of Appeal, the Honorable Madame Margaret Price Finley, the Honorable Madame Vicky Ann Ellis, and the Honorable Mr. Trevor Ward. They have all given remarkable service as judges of the High Court for a number of years and are certainly no strangers to the Court of Appeal, having also in the past done short acting stints as justices of appeal. I think it important to highlight that for the first time since the establishment of this court, 4 women are now serving on the Court of Appeal. I consider this achievement to be a step in the right direction towards gender parity.
Speakers from the other 8 member states and territories spoke on behalf of the legal fraternity in their country. Minister for Legal Affairs and Attorney at Law, Claudette Joseph, addressed the special seating.
Operations, we are going to be digitizing our records in the court system. We have identified digital and physical transformation as key components in the efforts to move our country forward. In this regard, a policy direction has been issued applicable across all government departments that allows for printing of no more than 5 pages at a time. But for the forward thinking of your ladyship, that your ladyship continues to offer this court, this policy of no more than 5 pages to be printed would have significant.
The official ceremony was held on the theme, the ECSC, Navigating the Changing Tide. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Well, to lessen the backlog of court cases in the Caribbean, a pilot program has been developed by the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court to find alternative solutions to legal matters other than through the court. Finding a solution outside of the court is a faster and less expensive process for the parties involved and puts less strain on the court system. According to Chief Justice Janice M. Pereira, the project, dubbed Judicial Settlement, will complement mediation as an alternative tool for dispute resolution.
This should therefore improve clearance rates and reduce case backlog. Our judicial officers have already received the training in conducting judicial settlement conferences, and it is my hope that this process will be embraced by legal practitioners and litigants alike. When the new civil procedure rules take effect, and I think they're probably going to be called the Civil Procedure Rules 2023, I expect settlement conferences to happen across the length and breadth of the OECS.
Justice Pereira says the project will kick off with immediate effect and it will be first implemented in Dominica.
And that push toward judicial settlement starts immediately with the implementation of a pilot project for the Commonwealth of Dominica. It aims to alleviate the considerable backlog of high court civil cases in Dominica worsened by the impact of Hurricane Maria, which happened in 2017. The practice direction puts in place a framework where a judge or master can engage in and facilitate settlement discussions between parties. Once the ongoing settlement conference sensitization has been completed, litigants in Dominica will have at their disposal another timely and cost-effective alternative to the conventional way of resolving civil disputes, in addition to mediation.
Meanwhile, Grenada's former Solicitor General Dwight Hosford, who resigned in August of 2018 to take up the post of Attorney General in Anguilla, has been speaking about the new challenges facing the courts. Referencing the theme guiding the new lawyer, the ECSC, navigating changing tides, Hosford said there are now peculiar things being brought before the court for redress.
New frontier, Madam Chief Justice, my lords, my ladies. Courts are now being asked. Courts are now being asked to take up peculiar quarrel in the policy of human conduct. Now at the doorstep of the judiciary in some jurisdictions, the court is called upon to determine what it is to be a woman or a man, to be male or female, something which for centuries seemed to be a conspicuously facile exercise is now a matter of staggering complexity.
The issue of marriage, one's choice and lifestyle is another area that the court is grappling with.
The courts are now called upon even to view the old institution of marriage not as unidimensional, but multidimensional. Equally interesting. It's the matter of free speech, and to what extent speech becomes violence in the context of respect for the rights of others, their personal choices and lifestyle. May it please the court, these are not only challenges of the changing tides that the court must grapple with, but are matters which we all must at some point, at some time, engage.
Other news, a 63-year-old security guard may soon be calling His Majesty's prisons his home. He could face 30 years in prison when he reports to court for sentencing. Cyril Joseph from St. David was convicted of 9 counts of sexual misconduct. He was charged in a matter dating back to 2019. Nisha Paul has been following that story.
Cyril Joseph was 59 when he was arrested and slapped with 17 charges of sexual offenses. Last November, the now 63-year-old was convicted by a 9-member jury on 5 counts of indecent assault, 1 count of sexual assault, 1 count of sexual intercourse with a minor, and 2 counts of indecent assault against a second victim. The trial was prosecuted before Madam Justice Paula Guilford at the St. George's No. 1 High Court. The former security guard is now being provided with legal counsel by attorney George Prime. He could face a prison sentence of more than 30 years. Sexual assault is punishable by up to 14 years imprisonment. Indecent assault carries a maximum penalty of 10 years. Sex with anyone under the age of 13 is punishable by up to 30 years. Joseph was on bail until his conviction 2 months ago. However, he has since been on remand at the Richmond Hill prison. He will be sentenced on January 30th. For GBN News, I am Nisha Paul.
This is Network News. Still ahead from us, the National Disaster Coordinator says community participation is critical to disaster preparedness. Back in a moment.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
Solar lights are back in stock and will be available for purchase at Southern Electrical. Here is a list of the solar lights that we offer. 200 to 300 watt intelligent floodlights with camera, 300 to 500 watt solar street lights, 60, 100, 200 and 500 RGB solar floodlights, 100, 200, 300, 500 and 800 solar floodlights, solar garden lights, 25, 40, 60, 100 and 200 watt solar floodlights, 3, 7 and 10 watt solar wall lights, motion center garden lights, motion sensor floodlights, 30, 60 and 90 watt solar street lights with accessories, 5 watt solar wall lamps, 40 and 60 solar street lights, and 100 and 300 solar floodlights with battery power display. Now available at Southern Electrical, Dusty Highway, St. George. Visit our showroom today.
Start the new year right with extra cash when you take your next Quartz Ready Cash loan. Get $100 Quartz Cash with your $5,000 loan and double the rewards with your next loan of $8,000 or over. Get your loan now and pay nothing down and get 30 days to make your first installment. Plus, hassle-free service, flexible payment terms, and 24-hour approval. All you need to apply is your ID, proof of address, payslip, references, and a job letter. Let's ring in the new year with some extra cash from Quartz Ready Cash. Conditions apply. Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
This is Network News. Welcome back. Vanished without a trace. Family members of Rudolph Phillip are finding it a mystery that their loved one has been missing for 4 months now, and no information concerning his whereabouts has been forthcoming. Christina John reports.
A $5,000 reward is being offered to anyone who has knowledge of where Rudolph Phillip might possibly be. It's been 4 months since he seemed to have vanished without a trace. GBN's news desk was in conversation with Rudolph's sister, Veronica Phillip, who resides in Canada.
We want to know what happened. We're offering a $5,000 reward to anyone who could give us information as to what could have happened, where they last saw him. Did they see an accident that they probably forgot to report? Did they see something suspicious? Did they see anyone with him at any time? Did they see him wandering around? We want to know what happened, whether he's alive or dead. We want a body to bury so we can bury him with dignity. And if he's alive, we want to give him the medical treatment that he deserves. Mystery right now is an unsolved mystery. And the feeling is that Grenada is so small. Where could he be?
Philip says they have conducted searches as recent as this past December, but came up empty-handed.
September, when we were alerted to the fact that he's not at his home, and we have been looking for him and searching everywhere ever since. So now I think it's been a bit too long. We cannot find him. I've been in Grenada for about 14 days, and we searched Mount Atman thoroughly. We searched it about 2 or 3 times. We searched the waterways, we searched the swamps, we searched forests and woods. We went into the bushes, and we looked all in the areas because he wandered a bit.
Rudolph, who was 60 years at the time of his disappearance, is originally from Shantimel, St. Patrick, and has been residing in Mount Hartman, St. George for a number of years. Veronica said her brother is a quiet individual who is well physically, however, has challenges mentally resulting from previous accidents.
Has some health challenges, not in his physical body, but in his mind, in his memory. He has been dealing with those challenges since he was 59. He'll be 61 in March this year. Since he was 59, that's 2021. And I paid for all his medical procedures, and they did about 3 or 4 brain scans, and in one of them they found fluid in his frontal lobe. And they think it's because of a few serious accidents that he was involved in, because he was a driver. He did not get the proper medical treatment, so they think that contributed to his memory loss and his strange behavior of wandering. None of the medical report mentioned anything about dementia or Alzheimer's or anything like that. His physical body was well, no high blood pressure, no diabetes, nothing like that.
The family has been in communication with the police during their search. GBN also reached out to the Community Relations Department. ASP Simon Douglas told our news desk that they have not given up the search for Rudolph or any missing person. However, the direct search will subside after a while. He says if 7 years have passed and no word or sight of the individual, then the search is called off. Anyone with information regarding Rudolph's whereabouts is asked to contact the nearest police station or call police hotline 911. Christina John, GBN News.
Now, disaster preparedness is everybody's business. The sentiment of the National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA. Here's the report.
National Disaster Coordinator Dr. Terence Walters explained during Monday's To The Point program that efforts from NADMA alone are not enough.
If there is an event, whether it's an earthquake, a storm, flood, whatever it is, and we have to respond, okay, the people at the agency are not enough to go out into the community and do everything. So we need community participation. We need people to man the shelters. Okay, you need people to conduct the relief operation. So you have to distribute relief supplies to people. We need damage assessment. So there are a number of areas that we need volunteers across the country.
Walters says the agency depends greatly on volunteers to deal with community preparedness.
For the number of volunteers that we need, all right, I don't know that the state will be able to pay. All these volunteers on a continuous basis. So we depend heavily on volunteerism. Okay. All our volunteers depend heavily, and we are in the process. We're trying to build a cadre of volunteers who would be available whenever the need arises.
Walters commended the level of participation from the volunteers, but maintains there is room for improvement. He spoke of plans for a a volunteer management project for 2023.
You can have volunteers, and if the volunteers are not, or if you don't have a proper management system, okay, you can lose people. Right, you lose people over the years, and that people would become, less enthusiastic about what they're doing. So we have secured that project, which will be implemented in 2023, a volunteer management project. So we're hoping to strengthen the volunteer management system in Grenada.
The disaster coordinator says they are using technology to enhance their dissemination process.
We're working to improve and enhance that. We do have an IT officer on board who's working. So, for example, our website or Facebook page, we have a public relations officer, so we're able to get out information as quickly as possible. We have a public information and education subcommittee, which is headed by GIS. Okay. So we can get information out to the public as needed. So we are continuing to improve and enhance and use the technology that is available so that we can reach our people.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Other news, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell has begun a series of town hall-style engagements with farmers and other stakeholders who conduct business or trade with the Marketing and National Importing Board, MNIB. However, there are speculations that the planned series of meetings was triggered by a video which made its way to social media.
Trying to ask yourself what are the 4 things that I can do and hopefully do good, and those things that cannot do, people are others, and those are in more basic terms. Suppose, for example, people some of these outlets where you sell juices and food and what have you, and focus primarily on packaging also, which means terminating on the sound. Severance and trying to get around the board and focus on one good quality and be very good. And hopefully we'll go back and look at the road. That still will involve severance from staff, having treatment of satellite and associated with those outlets from electricity and water and landlords and rents, etc. We'll see what we have in the plans, but then we will not know the big plans.
The Prime Minister will facilitate discussion on the state of the MNIB to chart the way forward on the government's transformation agenda. We can tell you too the schedule for the first round of engagements is as follows. St. Andrew's Methodist School, Tuesday, January 10, commencing at 5:30 p.m. and St. John's Anglican School, Wednesday, January 11, commencing at 5:30 p.m. This one, healthcare, is one of the 6 pillars outlined in the 2023 budget presentation. The Prime Minister was GBN's Beyond the Headlines guest on Monday evening and noted that to have a successful nation, its people must first be healthy, physically, mentally, and emotionally. More on this Christina John report.
Healthcare is an industry that Grenada is well poised to capitalize on if done properly to generate significant economic benefits and economic transformation. That's according to Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, who was the guest on GBN's first Beyond the Headlines program for 2023. The aim is to make Grenada the healthcare capital of the OECS. The long-term goal is to get citizens to want to come to Grenada for healthcare rather than, as it now stands, citizens traveling to other countries for healthcare.
An indictment on our past leadership. St. George's University has grown over the last 40 years. Our national healthcare should have been growing simultaneously with that, so that the level at which SU is, the national healthcare infrastructure, as well as our services, should have been there, and that has not happened. In fact, to some extent, we've regressed, because certainly, this is my opinion, I certainly think our healthcare in the 80s and early 90s, or primary healthcare in particular, was superior to what we have now. When I looked at the sort of primary preventative dental healthcare I got in primary school, I have no doubt that is what has stood the test of time for me to allow me not to have cavities today.
So Prime Minister Mitchell spoke about the construction of a new hospital, pointing to a teaching hospital as a direction where they are heading.
So what we intend to do is in this year, we intend to acquire the lands that will allow us to build the new hospital. And we do not simply wish to build a new hospital for building a new hospital's sake. A country doesn't get the opportunity, certainly with Grenada's size, to build a hospital every year or every 5 years. So what we really want to build is a transformative healthcare hospital that allows us to, so to speak, future-proof the hospital by ensuring that we focus on a relationship with SGU that could allow that hospital to become the teaching hospital for persons who are attending SGU, so that they get a chance to do their rotations in Grenada, thereby increasing our tourism by an additional 2 years. That's one. 2, we want the hospital to be at a standard that allows tourists from all over the world to want to come to Grenada for elective surgeries, etc., etc. When people
A number of pertinent questions were put forward by host Colin Dow, including that of the transformation agenda and how he sees his New Year's message preparing the populace for the sacrifices ahead in order to accomplish the transformation agenda. Part of the PM's response is that of working hard.
Countries that improve, the citizens make sacrifice. People work hard, and you have to work hard every day. It's not a situation where you work hard today and then you take the rest of the year off and you think you're going to improve the nation. It is something you have to consistently do. And so the tone of caution that you may hear in the New Year's message is to say that we live in a world full of uncertainties. And therefore, we need to ensure that as citizens, we are prepared to commit to working hard. We are prepared to showing up every day and doing what is required to gradually and consistently improve the country. But I think once you spell out the vision, once you say where we are trying to go, the next step is to say how we get to where we want to go, and then brick by brick, point at what you want to do in 2023, what you want to do in 2024, 25, and beyond.
Significant sums of money are spent on health care after the fact, the Prime Minister records, on things he said that are avoidable and preventable because of failure to avoid and or prevent them. Christelina John, GBN News.
Next, in Network News, the Chief Executive Officer of GIDC, Ronald Theodore, elected President of Caribbean Association of Investment Promotion Agencies. We will talk about that. See you in a while.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro. You ate well, drank and indulged, laughed and had so much fun for the festive season. But now it's time. It's time for some serious detox business at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Start the year right with your health as a priority. Cleanse and flush your blood, liver, and kidneys with quality herbs and supplements. Purchase one of our detox combo packs starting from $100. Purchase a full body detox pack starting from $500. Get 10% off on colonic irrigation. Get a chance to win a free colonic irrigation treatment and product coupons with every purchase. We are located in Grandans, minutes before the Food Fair Shopping Center, immediately opposite the old Capital Bank building in the Regency Commercial Suites. Give us a call at 231-6642 or 418-7115 or visit nirvana.gd for more info. It's time for some serious detox business at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. We know real body care. This offer is valid until March 31st, 2023. Terms and conditions apply.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Hello again. Chief Executive Officer of Grenada Investment Development Corporation, Ronald Theodore, was once again elected to serve as president of the Caribbean Association of Investment Promotion Agencies for a period of 2 years. Here's what we can tell you. Mr. Theodore served on the association's executive as first vice president in 2010 and was later elected president in 2012. He was elected president at a meeting of the members of the Caribbean Association of Investment Promotion Agencies on Monday, December 19, 2022. He served as the vice president of the Investment Promotion Agency at GIDC for over 15 years and senior vice president for 3 years. He has been the chief executive officer of the GIDC for the past 4 years. We can tell you too, the Caribbean Association of Investment Promotion Agencies is an umbrella organization of investment promotion agencies representing 23 countries in the Caribbean region. The association is dedicated to strengthening its members and the promotion of the region as an ideal location for investment. Congratulations to him. What can you cultivate in Grenada? That's the question. It's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye catches all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Ever watched someone's success and get so happy that you almost feel like it's your success? That's the feeling for tonight's eyesore submission. Our eyesore reporter said after years of trying to grow Irish potatoes, and I quote, "I have finally succeeded right here in sunny Grenada," unquote. Irish potatoes are not Irish at all, but are native to the South American Andes. All parts of the plant are toxic if eaten, except for the properly harvested and stored tubers. Did you know that Irish potatoes have become one of the world's most important and nutritious foods behind only corn, wheat, and rice? Thank you to our eyesore reporter. We're happy for you. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Irish potato. Talk about that one. All right, stay with us. We'll be back to report the sports news and around the globe.
It's your Gifts of Love for Cheer 2.0. 'Tis the season for holly jolly days at the communal. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Getting on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2023. Share the gift of love. Offer ends January 31st, 2023. Lending terms and conditions apply. Gifts of Love with Cheer.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Sporting fans, good evening. The Subway Inter-Secondary School basketball competition will shoot off on Wednesday with one match in the female division from 2 p.m. and 2 matches in the male division from 3 p.m. In the female division, Grenville Secondary School will face St. Joseph's Convent Grenville, and in the male division, MacDonald College will come up against St. John's Christian Secondary School. We can tell you the second match in the male division will see the Grenada Christian Academy coming up against Grenville Secondary School. This story, Jofra Acha took 3 wickets as the England bowler made an impressive return to competitive cricket after 17 months out with injury. Archer struck with his 3rd ball and was later on a hat-trick as he took 3 for 27 for MI Cape Town in the first match of South Africa's new 2020 league. The 27-year-old, clocked at speeds over 90 miles per hour, had not played since July 2021 because of back and elbow injuries. He helped his side comfortably beat Pal Royals by 8 wickets. And members of Trinidad's senior men's football team continue their preparation for the upcoming Nations League matches in March. We get more in this TTT report.
The experienced defender says the team has been putting in the work, and with 2 very important matches in March, they know that nothing less than their best will count.
It's very important, but I think the guys here, they're committed. Everyone is committed to challenge the job, and I think we know the importance of the game, and I think it's 2 must-win game.
And for a demanding Trinidad and Tobago public, winning games to have the support they want is something they aim to do.
Yeah, it's important. We have to win games to get back the people on our side.
Jones understands the role he has to play as one of the senior members of the national team under coach Angus Eve.
It's been great, to look over the younger ones and guide them in the right way.
Jones, who played for W Connection before embarking on a career abroad, believes having local league football is necessary for players to develop.
Here I start in Trinidad, and I had a goal where I fulfilled and went abroad to play, and I think the coach trusts the local players as well. I think it's a young group, exciting group, and a lot of talent in the group here. I think they'll reach far and stuff like that.
Kent Fuentes, TTT Sports.
That's the sports news. Stay with us. We'll be back. The crime rate continues to be a concern for the government and people of Trinidad and Tobago. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is calling on the population to work with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service to control the issue there. We get more in this TTT News Report.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is urging the population to work with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service to curb crime. Speaking at a media conference on Monday, the Prime Minister said while all arms of the state must respond to curb crime, he called on the population to stop protecting criminals. He was asked to address the murders for the year thus far and the recent Sangre Grande murders on Sunday, which resulted in the shooting of 6-year-old Kylie Maloney.
Appeal to the public. If you know something, say something. The police are not magicians. Many people know who is doing what and what is going on. You could save a life. You could save this country by giving up those who have taken it upon themselves to live the life at the end of an AR-15. Those boys who are doing that, they have mothers, they have uncles, they have brothers, they have friends, they have cousins. If you know something, do the country a favor and stop protecting these criminals.
He said we must be concerned about the prevalence of guns and ammunition in this country.
I don't know if you're noticing that frequently in recent times, the bulk of those killings or the breaking through of doors involve firearms of the heavier types, the ones which came on the scene in not too distant past. And we're now seeing at crime scenes where more than one person is being hurt or killed, the prevalence of ammunition that was at one time very scarce in this country.
A midday drive-by shooting in Georgetown on Monday has left one man dead. Anthony Charles, also known as Skiddle, was reportedly cleaning drains in the area when he was targeted in a drive-by shooting. We get more in this HGP TV report.
A Leopold Street man who was no stranger to the police was shot and killed Monday morning at Durban and Smythe Street, Georgetown. He is 30-year-old Anthony Charles, called Skiddle. The only information police are said to be following is that Charles was at the time cleaning several drains at Durban and Smythe Street when a silver car pulled up and riddled Charles with bullets. He was pronounced dead at the scene. A family member spoke with Nightly News off camera.
He come out for some gutter walk, cause the thing he and the girl for the gutter walk, right? But oh God, oh Lord, like my heart ought to me shoot.
Because I hear you just get the walk and start.
Yeah, the contract. Yes, and they start doing the work and you have to call me, but oh God, oh people so cruel to people dread.
And you are not cheering or anything?
No, it's just he and the girl.
Charles, though, is no stranger to law enforcement. He had been arrested multiple times for robbery under arms and even served a prison sentence for gun possession and robbery under arms. Most recently, Charles had been listed as a suspect in the February 2022 murder of pawn shop owner 24-year-old Carlos Waith. Waith was shot and killed while he attempted to stop a fight between a group of friends at Leopold Street, Working Ross, Georgetown. Charles was arrested and questioned for Waith's murder after he was accused of being the triggerman.
Man, if them little children now could cry for you, could imagine. Ain't no this. Then I said discussing like any girl would gather a little mouth and this. You understand? But besides the alright dread.
Several spent shells were recovered from the crime scene while police searched for clues that could link them to Charles's killers. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Further afield, Attorney General Merrick Garland has assigned the U.S. Attorney in Chicago to review documents marked classified that were found at the Penn Biden Center for Diplomacy and Global Engagement in Washington. Details in this CBS News report.
Documents which were marked classified were found about 2 months ago in that Biden office and reportedly turned over immediately. We're still working to confirm exactly what they do contain, but sources are giving insight into what was not there. Roughly 10 documents marked classified were found at the Penn Biden Center for Diplomacy and Global Engagement in this Washington, D.C. building. A source familiar says they contained no nuclear secrets. The Attorney General has assigned John Lausch, a Trump appointee and the U.S. Attorney in Chicago, to review the documents, which were from President Biden's years as vice president, according to two sources with knowledge of the inquiry.
What DOJ will look at is how did the documents get there? Was it intentional? Is this a
case that deserves to be prosecuted.
The president's special counsel said the material was identified by Mr. Biden's personal attorneys while they were packing files housed in a locked closet to prepare to vacate the office space on November 2nd. He adds that the White House counsel's office notified the National Archives the same day the material was discovered and that the archives took possession of them the following day.
I'm very concerned.
Several Republicans have compared the situation to the FBI search on former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago, Florida home, during which hundreds of materials with classification markings were seized. Trump even posted on his Truth Social platform, quote, "When is the FBI going to raid the many homes of Joe Biden, perhaps even the White House?" These documents were definitely not declassified.
It's one set of rules for President Trump. He literally raided his home 91 days before the midterm election. Different standard, it seems, with President Biden.
The FBI is also involved in the preliminary inquiry into the Biden documents, which a source says is nearing its conclusion.
A reminder of the headlines after this. Stay tuned for continued programming on the Grenada Broadcasting Network. First, a reminder of the headlines. The Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court implements a judicial settlement pilot project as the new law year opens. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell addresses issues as GBN's first Beyond the Headlines guest for 2023. Family member of Rudolph Phillips says his disappearance remains a mystery. In Around the Globe regionally, Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister tells citizens to stop protecting criminals. Internationally, classified files found at Biden's former private office. Plus in the sports news, inter-secondary school basketball competition to get underway on Wednesday. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy Baptiste with GBN News. Thanks for joining us. Come on back. Good night.